So, I just take each day as it comes, Michael J. Fox once said. A simple sentence carrying decades of experience behind it. At 64, his life invites reflection not because of sudden change, but because of the long road he has walked with honesty and resilience. Recent public appearances with his family have drawn attention, not as signs of tragedy, but as moments of visible care, love, and unity. Michael's story has never been about a single diagnosis or career peak. It has always been about adaptation. Fame brought opportunity, but life brought challenges that demanded courage beyond performance. What the world sees today is not decline, but evolution. To understand where Michael is now, it's essential to revisit the journey that shaped him, a journey marked by movement, humor, loss, purpose, and a quiet determination to keep living fully, one day at a time. Growing up in motion, Michael J. Fox's childhood was shaped by constant change. Born into a military family, he followed his father's assignments across Canada, moving from city to city before he could ever feel settled. Each relocation meant new schools, new faces, and the emotional challenge of starting over repeatedly. While instability can be unsettling for many children, Michael learned adaptability early. He became skilled at observing people, adjusting quickly, and finding comfort in unfamiliar environments. Change became normal rather than frightening. This upbringing quietly prepared him for a life that would later demand flexibility and emotional resilience. He learned not to cling to certainty, but to move forward despite it. Though he didn't realize it at the time, these early experiences taught him how to face uncertainty without fear, a skill that would one day become essential far beyond childhood transitions. Humor as a lifeline. In unfamiliar classrooms and new neighborhoods, humor became Michael's way of connecting. A quick joke or clever comment helped break tension and build bridges where words alone might fail. Humor wasn't about attention, it was about belonging. Making people laugh helped him feel grounded when everything else felt temporary. Over time, this instinct sharpened into timing, awareness, and emotional intelligence. Humor gave him confidence and helped transform discomfort into opportunity. Alongside adaptability, it became part of his identity. These skills would later translate seamlessly into performance, but at their core, they were survival tools. Humor helped him navigate change without resentment, teaching him how to meet discomfort with warmth rather than resistance. What began as a coping mechanism gradually became a defining strength, shaping not only his career, but the way he faced life's unexpected turns. Letting go of the first dream. When Michael's family eventually settled in British Columbia, stability finally arrived, and with it, a dream. Hockey became his passion, offering focus and belonging. Like many young Canadians, he imagined a future on the ice, investing energy and identity into the sport. But as he grew older, reality intervened. His smaller stature made a professional career unlikely. Letting go of hockey was deeply painful, not just because of the sport, but because of what it represented. It was his first experience with loss and disappointment. Yet that ending quietly created space for something new. The discipline, teamwork, and perseverance he learned through hockey didn't disappear. They simply found a different outlet. What felt like failure at the time became redirection, preparing him emotionally for challenges far greater than a missed dream. Discovering acting and direction. With hockey behind him, Michael explored other interests, first music, then acting. A high school drama class introduced him to performance, and something clicked immediately. Acting felt natural, combining his humor, timing, and adaptability into a single outlet. For the first time since hockey, he felt a sense of direction. Acting offered structure and expression, allowing him to communicate emotions he struggled to articulate otherwise. After graduation, he pursued acting seriously, entering an industry with no guarantees. Early roles were small and uncertain, but his presence stood out. He didn't fit traditional expectations, Yet his energy was undeniable. Rather than waiting for opportunity, he worked relentlessly, treating acting as discipline rather than fantasy. These early years weren't glamorous, but they built the foundation of resilience and commitment that would later define his success. Fame arrives at full speed. Michael's career changed dramatically with Family Ties, where his portrayal of Alex P. Keaton quickly captured audience attention. What began as a supporting role soon became the heart of the show. His sharp delivery and emotional range resonated deeply, earning him recognition and respect. Success accelerated even further with Back to the Future, a project that demanded extraordinary endurance. Filming the movie at night while working on television during the day pushed him to exhaustion, yet he never complained. He believed in the work. When the film premiered, it became a global phenomenon, transforming him into a cultural icon almost overnight. Fame brought opportunity, but also relentless pace. The world saw energy and optimism, unaware of how intensely he was pushing himself. Behind the scenes, his life had become a constant balancing act, facing an unthinkable reality. At the height of success, Michael noticed subtle physical changes that refused to fade: a tremor, stiffness, fatigue that felt different. At first, he dismissed the symptoms as stress, but medical evaluation brought devastating clarity. At just 29, he was diagnosed with Parkinson's disease. The news was overwhelming. Parkinson's carried no cure and no certainty, only progression. The diagnosis reshaped his understanding of the future in an instant. Telling his wife Tracy was one of the hardest moments of his life, but it became a turning point. Rather than facing the disease alone, they chose to confront it together. For years, Michael kept the diagnosis private, continuing to work while managing symptoms quietly. The emotional toll was immense, requiring strength that few ever saw. Choosing honesty and purpose. Eventually, hiding became heavier than truth. In 1998, Michael publicly shared his diagnosis, a decision that brought both fear and relief. The response was compassionate and overwhelming. No longer alone, he found purpose in advocacy. He founded the Michael J. Fox Foundation for Parkinson's Research, driven by urgency and hope. Advocacy gave his life new direction, transforming personal struggle into collective progress. Living with Parkinson's remains demanding, requiring strict medication schedules and constant adjustment. He has been transparent about limitations, choosing honesty over illusion. As symptoms progressed, acting became more difficult, and stepping back was an act of self-respect, not defeat. Writing, family, and advocacy replaced performance, allowing him to contribute meaningfully without denying reality. A family built on strength. Throughout every chapter, family has remained Michael's foundation. Tracy's steady support, shared humor, and honesty created an environment rooted in love rather than fear. Their children grew up informed, not shielded, understanding Parkinson's without allowing it to define their family. Home became a place of laughter, resilience, and mutual respect. Today, Michael lives thoughtfully, guided by care rather than urgency. He measures life not by achievement, but by presence. His story is not one of tragedy, but of adaptation. Taking each day as it comes is not resignation. It is wisdom earned through experience. Michael J. Fox stands as a reminder that meaning does not disappear with limitation. It evolves, deepens, and continues, shaped by courage, connection, and the choice to keep moving forward.